Happy Christmas. I'm Jake.
And I'm Marlin.
aka Gee. And today we're going to be reacting to a classic in the online review world, The Unusual Suspects Home Alone review. The Usual Suspect, as many of you know who watch his channel, I'm a huge fan. I react to a lot of his reviews. About 2 years ago, me and my friend Alex, we reacted to his Die Hard review, which was funny and kick-ass, and I'm wearing my Die Hard Christmas shirt for this. And I actually saw a comment on one of these videos saying it's become holiday tradition to watch The Unusual Suspects reviews of the Home Alone movies.
So here we are.
Yeah, and before we start, do you like Home Alone?
Yes.
I do too. It's a holiday classic and 30 years old this year.
Wow.
So, without further ado, let's jump into this. And I might have shown you pieces of this a few years ago, but your memory is so bad, it'll probably be new to you anyway.
It's always new, man. Give me a week, it'll be brand new.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And I can't sing for shit. I'm sorry. Merry Christmas, everybody. And to celebrate the festive season, we should take a look at a movie that embodies everything that is Christmas. Now, when we think of Christmas, we think of qualities like family.
This house is so full of people. It makes me sick.
Togetherness.
Just stay up there. I don't want to see you again for the rest of the night.
I don't want to see you again for the rest of my whole life.
And most importantly, goodwill towards all men. Okay, maybe today's example isn't exactly conventional, but Home Alone is the 116th highest grossing movie of all time, which makes it the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time. So yeah, in terms of popularity, we've sort of accidentally made Home Alone the definitive Christmas film, despite the fact that it's really quite violent and surprisingly profane for a PG.
Jerk. But ass. Jerk.
Don't fuck with me.
Okay, that last one was from the good son, but you get the point. It's not what one would consider a typical Christmas film, but despite all that, there's still a lot of heart and soul to it, and that combined with a brilliant slapstick makes this the Christmas movie with it all. So let's take a look, shall we? This is Home Alone. So our tale begins in a quiet little suburb in Chicago as the McAllister family are preparing for a trip to Paris for Christmas. Their youngest family member, Kevin, is a little short on things to do, until...
You're getting heavy. Go pack your suitcase.
Pack my suitcase?
Okay, I know this may seem like an odd thing to comment on, but you see how this scene then immediately cuts to the next one?
Do you know what the shampoo is for?
I don't like it.
I always wonder what characters like this do after the scene is cut. Saying something that dramatically seems like an awkward thing to lead on, doesn't it?
Go pack your suitcase.
Pack my suitcase? So because Kevin's a little clueless in the art of suitcase packing, he asks his siblings for advice, but they're about as much help as Tommy Wiseau's acting coach.
Listen, Kevin, what are you so worried about? You know Mom's gonna pack your stuff anyway. You're what the French call les incompetents.
Really? Because I hear you're what the French call les fuck you! I mean, seriously, this family's a bunch of assholes.
This house is so full of people. It makes me sick.
Damn right.
When I grow up and get married, I'm living alone.
Yeah. Wait, what?
When I grow up and get married, I'm living alone.
Not quite sure how those wedding vows would work. For richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish from this day forward until death do us part. P.S. Stay the fuck out of my property. Yeah, single life is for you. Well, as Kevin is a mini freak out on the landing, we're introduced to Kevin's older brother, Buzz. No. There he is.
Who's gonna feed your spider while we're gone? He just ate a whole load of mice guts. He should be good for a couple weeks.
Now get ready, people, for this Buzz is about to ask a question that could quite literally blow your mind.
Is it true that French babes don't shave their pits?
truly a question of the ages. What killed the dinosaurs? What is the meaning of life? Do French babes shave their pits?
What?
Must know the answer. Ah. Siri, do French babes shave their pits? The world may never know, Buzz. The world may never know.
Check it out, old man Marlin. Who's he? You ever heard of South Bend Shovel Slam?
No. Oh man, how have you not heard of South Bend Shovel Slayer? The guy's a national icon. He's even got his own Facebook fan page. Hey, I'm not joking. He's got more friggin' likes than I do. He posts such updates as, I only come out at night, tell your friends to like me or I'll sort your ass, and my own personal favourites, you all get to live one more day, Merry Christmas, all my Marlin. He is quite the charmer. He even posted lyrics to his own theme song, which I will now reiterate. Every day I'm shoveling. God, I always wanted to do that.
What's he doing now? He walks up and down the streets every night, salting the sidewalks.
That bastard. So after Mr. Slayer spooks the
This
kids
guy
off,
actually played
he's
Ed
their
Gein at
rival.
one point, I believe.
Did anyone order me a plain cheese?
Oh yeah, we did. But if you want any, somebody's gonna have to
Poop it all out.
barf it all up.
Equally disgusting.
Fuller, go easy on the Pepsi.
Yeah.
Okay, this kid is seriously fucked up. He's purposely drinking more to heighten the chance of away his bed. I mean, does Fuller have some sort of fucked up fetish I'm not aware of?
I'm guessing probably yes.
Pepsi. Don't know what a golden showers? You soon will.
You're sick. You know that? You're really sick.
Well, this on top of Buzz eating the last of the cheese pizza rubs Kevin the wrong way as he causes a ruckus.
Kevin, get upstairs right now.
Why?
Hey Kevin, do you know if French babes shave their pits?
Shut up.
Oh, sorry, bad time to ask.
15 people in this house. You're the only one that has to make trouble.
I'm the only one getting dumped on.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Dumped on? I thought you were the one who was going to get peed on.
I don't want to super fun. You know about him. He wets the bed. He'll shit all over me. I know it. Sickening.
So Kevin's pissed, so he spends the night up on the 3rd floor. The morning arrives, but get this, of a family of 15 people, not one of them gets up in time. So the airport drivers have to contend with this Murphy kid for a bit. Now this kid actually tried out for the role of Kevin McAllister, but he didn't get the part. I wonder if lip-syncing other actors' lines had something to do with it.
Do these vans get good gas mileage?
Gee, kid, I don't know, hit the road. Horrible. Horrible. Just horrible. And after a headcount where Henry here casts herself twice for some reason, the family sets off and only just make their flight. But of course they leave Kevin behind, and in his 8-year-old imagination, he believes his family have simply disappeared.
I made my family disappear.
Good for you, Kevin. Okay, kid, you haven't won the lottery. Look, calm down. Kid, take a chill pill.
He's a little kid.
Oh, thank goodness. Boobs will calm him down.
No closer than anybody. Sickening.
Thank God there was no internet back then. Most pain fetishes are now surely satisfied. So Kevin continues to enjoy solo life as he attempts his next stunt. Oh, this is not a good idea.
Yeah.
Kid, the stairs and the door do not line up. Don't even try it. Oh, too late. Now you're gonna die. Hello? What's that? Ah, I've just been informed that was actually the stunt double that died.
Yeah.
Well, later that night, 2 crooks called
Midgets,
Harry
they come in
and
handy.
the house ready to steal all that's inside. But Harry wants to show off the fact that he can tell the time first.
Watch this. Number 664 will be going on right about now. Wait.
Oh, very otherwise you'd have looked like a right twat.
671. Now. 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 Now.
Well, Kevin eventually plucks up the courage to confront the two, but all does not go well. Oh, this is gonna be good. So the rest of the family arrive in Paris as the mother, called Kate, attempts to get Chicago police to check on Kevin.
Our phones there are out of order, so I'd like somebody to go over to our house, tell them that we're coming home. Can't hear them.
Okay, let me connect you with Family Crisis Intervention.
No, it's not family crisis.
Hold on.
Oh no, it's another one of those let me connect you to bullshit department number 650. I'll handle this. Hello?
I'm calling from Paris. I have a son who's home alone.
So, now that you're in France, is it true that French bears don't shed their pits?
I don't know. I hope not.
Any new beaches?
No.
Ah, well, glad to hear it. So, your son, you want us to do nothing whilst you call a friend of yours to check up on him? Because of the 200 million plus people who live in the US, you're bound to know somebody there.
No, he's just home alone. And I'd like somebody to go over to the house and see that he's all right, just to check on him.
You want us to call French authorities and have them commit you?
Yes.
Okay, glad to hear it. And in the meantime, we'll check on your son, because this will in no way, shape or form traumatize him for life. Oh, bullshit.
There's no one home. The house looks secure.
So yeah, the police know you, so Kate decides to head home herself, catching what flight she can. In the meantime, Kenan couldn't be happier.
I took a shower washing every body part with actual soap, including all my major crevices, including in between my toes and in my belly button. Which
I never
did
bother with my
until I
toes.
do it.
Plus, I developed a habit of talking to myself, but I believe that just has character.
I can't
There's
seem
a
to find
joke.
a toothbrush, so I'll pick one up when I go out today. Other than that, I'm in good shape.
All together now. Sorry, Arnold. So Kevin's running short on supplies, so he grabs some of Buzz's life savings in a cautious manner. And sets off into Chicago.
How may I help you?
Is this toothbrush approved by the American Dental Association?
It doesn't say, hon.
Can you please find out?
Herb.
Look, he's an 8-year-old kid. He believes in Santa Claus, killer furnaces, and road grit that turns to mummies. Just use a little BS.
Is this toothbrush approved by the American Dental Association?
Yes, now fuck off. But old Mr. Slayer shows up with more bloodlust than an anemic Edward Cullen, so Kevin runs away forgetting he still hasn't paid. Hey! Hey! Shoplifter! He stole a fucking toothbrush! Kill him! But with a fabulous
This looks
across
fun.
the ice, Kevin manages to escape, which is rather humiliating for the police officer in question, for he was only 2 days away until retirement. But let's go back to the family as they're spending their precious time in Paris, eating shrimp and watching bad French dubs of It's a Wonderful Life.
Non, non, en aucun cas. Vous êtes dans votre fauteuil.
You stupid sons of... Excuse me. It's the F to the U to the C to the K to the Y, or you fuck you!
Do you speak English? Parlez anglais. What is it?
You know, I never understood that. What's the point of learning how do you say, do you speak English in another language, when just by asking it in English you'll be able to fathom if they speak it or not?
Good point.
Doi.
You're not at all worried that something might happen to him.
No, for 3 reasons. A, I'm not that lucky. 2, we have smoke detectors. And D, we live in the most boring street in the United States of America.
Now you may be confused by Buzz's way of counting here, but truth be told, it is genius. It's the BNS, Buzz numbering haven't you, don't you? What if I told you they are online societies which follow the teaching of books? Again, not joking. This will revolutionize the way we count to 3. The looks you get will be priceless. What do you want me to get at the start? Okay, A, bread, 2, milk, and D, coffee. Off you go. BNS. People will think you're packed. And that's awesome.
That's a good idea.
So back in Chicago, Kevin's in need of a little food, so he orders a pizza. But in order to hide the fact that he's home alone, he rigs a scene from a film to make it out like someone else is there. Now, it's a funny scene, but there's a few problems with it. 1, he's using a VCR, so there's no way he could rewind and play responses in time. 2, the sound quality would be pretty distinguishable from real life. How the pizza boy isn't aware he's talking to a TV is pretty stupid. And 3, how he's able to play a response to everything the pizza boy says from just one scene from one movie is pretty darn incredible. Look, I'm going to try and get a conversation going in editing, using the scenes from many different films.
Another good
to get some
example of his
dialogue
skills.
exchanges. And even this will be perfect.
Who the hell are you?
It's Little Nero, sir. I have your pizza. Okay. Well, what about the money?
How do you sleep at night?
Well, you'd have to pay for your pizza, sir.
All right, I'll give you 10.
That'll be $11.80, sir.
11? Did I hear you right? 11? This cost me 12?
Cheapskate.
You want a flag gas?
Tony Montana.
Do you want to play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
Best I could do. So despite the fact that the
Very
pizza
good
boy is
job.
convinced he got shot at, he apparently never calls the police.
What?
I know. Well, after a good night's sleep, Kevin visits the supermarket for the first time to do a little shopping.
Tropicana.
Are those microwave dinners any good?
No, kid, they're bloody horrible. They'll fuck your insides completely.
I'll give them a whirl.
Right on, my man.
Dude, watch.
What's this?
For the kids.
How old are you?
I can tell you that.
Spill it, kid.
I don't think so.
Fine.
You like this.
Ah. But meanwhile, Kate is still having problems getting home as all flights to Chicago are full.
And I don't care if I have to get out on your runway and hitchhike. If it costs me everything I own. If I have to sell my soul to the devil himself.
Is that John Candy in the back?
Yep.
I didn't know he was on this one. I thought he was on 2.
That was just the
This
first
looks
one.
like a job for the X's. Or John Candy works too.
Polka King of the Midwest. I had a few hits a few years ago. That's why, polka, 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 polka.
Oh my god, it's the next big hit. Lay down to beat Hedwig.
Oh, polka, polka, oh, polka, polka, oh, polka, polka. Polka twist. Polka twist. Polka twist.
Whoa, wait, hold on. Stop. That's fucking Elvis Presley. Oh yeah, you think I've lost it, don't you? But that's definitely him. Go on, pause the video and Google it. You'll see.
It's a fact on IMDb that people think that's Elvis.
Just keep watching. Just like that, he vanishes. Elvis has left the building. Well, the airport terminal, but damn it, this suspense is ruined.
Running joke punching the bird.
Back in Chicago, Harry and Marv are on to Kevin.
Remember that kid we saw the other day? He lives here. Well, if the kid's there, the parents gotta be. He's home alone.
Okay, so we're just supposed to ignore the fact that you thought the whole house was packed the previous night. Plus, Marv thought he heard a guy getting shot in there. Hello, how do you come to the conclusion he's home alone? I mean, okay.
Because they peeped through the
Marv was
window.
psychic then.
Well, now
Okay, did you check through every window?
I don't know.
Alright, fine. A magical talking snake told them.
I don't know no snakes.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's move on. Kevin finds out they're going to be back at 9 o'clock, so in the meantime,
Max from
he does what any
Armageddon.
other 8-year-old would do and pays a quick visit to Santa's Grotsky.
Okay, I know you're not the real Santa Claus.
What makes you say that?
Oh, any of these reasons.
But I also know that you work for him. I'd like you to give him a message. I'm Kevin McAllister, 671 Lincoln Boulevard.
Didn't Kevin just have this conversation like 2 scenes ago?
Where do you live? I can tell you that. Why not? Because you're a stranger.
And there he is, telling a complete stranger his address. Okay, he is a Santa Claus, but Kevin acknowledges he isn't the real one. This guy could be anybody. Well, at least he's not giving him sweets or anything.
Like a little paw there.
Yeah.
Fucking Tic Tacs! Next scene!
As long as it's not Billy from
Well,
Silent
since
Night,
Kevin
Deadly
was
Night,
inside,
Kevin's
all he
good.
got out of it was a couple of mints. It seems prudent to let the Almighty do his thing. Oh my god, old South Bend is back. Well, nobody watching. Time to kill. Kevin, you fool! Run! He was sent upon you his army of street salt mummies. He'll get out his embalming tools and pull your brain straight out your own asshole. Run! Just run!
Merry Christmas. May I sit down? You can say hello when you see me. You don't have to be afraid. There's a lot of things going around about me, but none of it's true.
Well, you certainly weren't helping matters, you arse. What's with all those freaky glares you were giving without saying a word? And he never explains why he does this.
Maybe it's in Kevin's head.
I suppose we assume it was Kevin's imagination making him scarier than he actually was, but
Yeah.
this isn't art house cinema. We as an audience saw him as the shit your pants scary old guy that he was. But now I guess we're supposed to feel sorry for him because he tells Kevin about his son, who he hasn't seen in years.
I had an argument with my son. We lost our tempers, and I said I didn't care to see him anymore. He said the same. We haven't spoken to each other since.
Jeez, I wonder why he left. He seemed like such a friendly guy. Let's have a beer sometime.
How you feel about your family?
That is a
complicated
touching
thing.
scene.
Especially with an older brother.
Whether male crossdresser has a girlfriend and a liking for French armpit hair. He's weird.
I've always been afraid of our basement. It's dark, there's weird stuff down there. And it smells funny, that sort of thing.
You sure you're not talking about Elmwoodicum's vagina?
So,
Well, after a chat with old Marlin, Kevin realizes he's running out of time, so he rushes home to prepare for battle.
this is it. Don't get scared now.
Commence Operation Vasectomy! Here's Johnny!
Hello.
So as Marv gets shot too, they decide to split up. Marv heads down to the basement.
Best part of the movie.
Oh. And Harry tries the front entrance. Alright, Harry, steady. 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 You're gonna blow it!
Should have broke his neck on that
For
one.
having faith in you.
Well, that's getting him nowhere, so Harry tries the back door. Bad idea. Look, man, move! Move!
A little
Hurry
tweak
up.
in the
Pick
editing.
it up, move! You do realize it's winter, right, Harry? But there's snow outside. It'll put the flames out! the two finally manage to get inside, but are greeted by the back end of a paint can.
He's only a kid, Harry. We can take him.
Oh, shut up, will ya?
Wait, what?
Ooh.
Ooh.
For all those times you stood by me, for all the that you made me see.
Okay, knock it off, gay burglar, let's go. Wait, you got a kid to kill.
I'll kill him. I'll kill him. You'll follow me with one more can cake, and I'll snap up your cojones.
Wait, what did he say?
And I'll snap up your cojones.
Yeah, somehow changing certain words to their Spanish counterparts makes it suddenly appropriate for children. What a
Duh.
meander. So Kevin finally calls the cops, and after a bit of arachnophobia on a moderate scale, Kevin flees the house with little help from his stunt double on a zip line. Harry and Mal follow. They immediately regret it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. So Kevin runs towards the Murphy house, but Harry and Mark get the upper hand and capture him. And just as Kevin is about to get his finger bitten off, Marlin and his unconvincing stunt double come in to rescue the day.
Come on.
Surprised that shirt held up.
The extra straps underneath.
From now on, your troubles, I'll be back.
And as the wet bandits are arrested, we cut back to John Candy and Kate, and she's having doubts.
Gee, Joe, you want to talk about bad parents? Look at us. Joe over there. Gosh, he forgets his kids' names half the time. Eddie. Let's just hope none of them write a book about him.
Oh, they have. It's called Eddie and His Restraining Order, a look into the depressed emotional psyche of Eddie the trombone player. Apparently it's a bestseller.
Tell me, have you ever gone on vacation and left your child home?
No.
What took you so long to answer? How do you forget something like that? Hey, suspect, have you ever killed yourself? I don't know.
But I did leave one in a funeral parlor once. We left the little tyke there in the funeral parlor all day. All day. We went back at night when we came to our senses, and there he was. Apparently he was there alone all day with a corpse.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. But Kate finally manages to get home and she makes amends with Kevin. The rest of the family aren't too far behind as they took the flight that Kate didn't want to wait for.
Hey, Kev. It's pretty cool that you can burn the place down.
Yes, according to Buzz, it's cool you behaved. You make no sense.
What else did you do while we were away?
Just hung around.
I don't get it. So as the family settles in, Kevin goes to the window and spots old Marlin. Turns out he's back with his family. Thank you, son. They don't expect a thing.
Kevin! What did you do to my room?
And knowing that Kevin will probably get the living shit beat out of him in about a minute, our tale comes to a close. And there's Home Alone, and I ask the question, does it deserve to be the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time? Nearly. And I say nearly because of the existence of this little gem.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis. Die Hard. It's a Christmas movie. But back to Home Alone, and honestly,
never
I can't
deny
find
it.
much wrong with it. Which puzzles me because apparently a lot of other critics don't like it. I think the biggest complaint people have with Home Alone is concerning the violence. Now, yes, when you think about it, this movie is pretty damn brutal. You've got irons to the face, nails through the foot, blowtorch to the head. In fact, it's downright lethal. But you gotta understand, the lethality of it is what makes it so funny. You take the more child-friendly slapstick of other films where they add stupid kiddie-friendly sound effects to the impacts.
Home Alone
It's just
3.
not funny. The pain that Harry and Mal feel is what makes Home Alone so damn hilarious. It's the reason why Tom and Jerry and online fail videos are so popular. We laugh at other people's misfortune. It's just human nature. The Germans call it Schadenfreude. And how do I know that?
Dad, do you know what Schadenfreude is?
No, I do not know what Schadenfreude is. Please tell me because I'm dying to know.
It's a German term for shameful joy, taking pleasure in the suffering of others.
And who said cartoons can't teach you anything? Now, considering the other aspects of this film, I think a lot of it still holds up pretty well. Catherine O'Hara gives a great performance as their mother, and Macaulay Culkin is a pretty damn good lead. Considering a large chunk of the movie is just him makes it all the more impressive. Most adult actors won't have the presence to hold the film all on their own, let alone an 8-year-old. So hats off to you, Culkin. It's just a shame that your career as an adult went to shit. But I think
He doesn't need a career. He's set for life.
That is one of the most quotable movies I've ever seen.
I wouldn't let you sleep in my room if you were growing on my ass.
Fuller, go easy on the Pepsi.
Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
The little jerk is armed.
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
For a movie to have that many memorable lines in a 95-minute runtime is just testament to the great John Hughes. I don't even know why I remember these lines so much. Some aren't even really that good when you think about them. I guess it's because they're delivered by such memorable characters. Buzz is a lovable arsehole. Uncle Frank you just love to hate. Harry and Marv are just such a great villainous duo. And Kevin is just such a likeable representation of what everyone wants to be. The kid in charge of everything who beats up the bad guys and saves the day. Which is why I love the sequel so much, because it takes that concept and pushes it up to 11.
Yep.
Despite the fact that it's exactly the same movie. So yeah, I freaking love Home Alone. It's something I watch every year and I thoroughly enjoy it every time I give it a watch. It's just a great movie that everyone needs to see. Given you can handle scenes like this. And if for some reason you haven't seen Home Alone yet, I'll let Old Man Marlin convince you. Watch his only theatrical release or he will and the unusual suspects. Peace out.
Let's see if there's an after credit clip.
There we go. Joe Pesci takes one in the crotch.
And in the next one, Daniel Stern gets a staple gun right in the ass. And the crotch.
Yes, but that fun is for later.
I love this review, and it's funny. I like Home Alone, the movie, but I like the second movie even more. And this review is a great watch if you like Home Alone, I think. But the review of the second one is also really good, and I think he, just like the movies, he has a little more to work with.
There were a lot more of the lethal injuries that didn't turn out to be lethal, just painful in 2. But this was great. This was groundbreaking at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, half a gallon of paint swinging on a rope for 5 or 8 feet. Man, you're dead. You're not getting up yelling. You're dead.
And yeah, ironed into the face.
Oh yeah. And the stunt double for Joe Pesci, he did marvelous work on the ice on the front of that house. That was spectacular.
Yeah, once again, I'm like
2 or 3 quick follow-up episodes of being.
I'm just like, how did he not break his neck?
And he may have. I mean, yes, exactly.
The only trap, and Chris Columbus, the director, has said this is his least favorite. The only trap he hates in the first Home Alone is the glue and feathers one, simply because it doesn't inflict enough pain.
Yes, it's just silly.
Also, John Hughes, as he said, wrote the script for the first 3 Home Alones, and it was a bit of a big leap from what he had done before. I mean, he had done slapstick stuff, but most of his movies before that were very dialogue heavy, had some drama in them, like Breakfast Club, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Hughes showed that he could write a pretty enjoyable kids film, and I think together they just made a classic.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I don't know if it was John Hughes or just the way John Candy did his line when have you ever went on vacation, left your child at home? No. Just the flat no. No.
And I read that John Candy, he's only in the film for like 6 minutes. He shot his whole role in 1 day, but it was like a 23-hour day of work.
Oh. Oh.
It's so, I mean, it's kind of random. He doesn't do a lot, but he is enjoyable, even for the few minutes he has.
Yes, but that's the band that's trying to get home for Christmas, right?
The polka band.
Going to Wisconsin and drop them off in Chicago on the way.
Yeah. Macaulay Culkin, I think he had to have been 9 when they made this, and for a 9-year-old, he was a really good actor.
Yeah, for a kid actor, he was wide open. He could do what was required in this movie. You know, I wasn't there. I don't know if the director cooled him down and said, "No, I want you to do it this way," or if he was just.
John Hughes, I think, wanted him because he had directed him the previous year in Uncle Buck, where he played one of John Candy's nephews, and Daniel Stern, Joe Pesci as the Wet Bandits. I read that neither of them thought this movie was going to be successful in any way when they signed on.
Yeah, just give me the check.
Boy, what a surprise they were in for. And this came out the same year Joe Pesci did Goodfellas. Very different movies.
Yes, but
they're the films that everybody knows him for.
But in each case, he was the nastiest guy on the screen.
Although, as much as Macaulay Culkin is an amazing child lead in this, I think the actor who kind of steals the movie when it's right is Daniel Stern. Just the high-pitched screaming, the idiocy of his character.
Oh, he's very good at that character. Yes.
Like, whenever he's in pain, it's the funniest.
Whatever the German word is, yes.
And, yeah. Yeah. And the older brother, Buzz, who scarfs down the whole pizza just to be an asshole. I'm like, no wonder this actor is now morbidly obese. And, yeah, the stuff with the cousin, who I believe is Macaulay Culkin's brother, or is related to him. The cousin who likes to drink in the hopes of pissing on people. Pissing the bed.
Yeah, wetting the bed.
Yeah. Yeah, as the subject put it, is there some weird fetish thing going on here? Just, What do you think of the jokes the unusual suspect made throughout this?
Oh, he's very clever. He works the puns. He works everything. He does a very good job, and he's very creative in his filmography of himself doing this. And I can see why these things have become something to watch during the Christmas season.
My favorite gags, I think, would be the Buzz numbering system, A to D. The part where he edits himself as the grocery store clerk and just goes, ah. And, oh yeah, pointing out the midget stunt double for Macaulay Culkin. Just like, never noticed that before. And, oh yeah, the part where he makes it look like the head burning goes on a lot longer than it does.
Oh yes, he keeps rewinding. No, he doesn't rewind, continues the clip.
Home Alone, it is a classic, and I mentioned in our reaction to the Angry Video Game Nerds game reviews of Macaulay Culkin, Macaulay Culkin said he's 40 this year.
Yeah.
So he's 40, the movie's 30, and some movies that are younger than me are now turning 20.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's and it set a new bar. You know, they went from this and we ended up with, you know, Bad Santa.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was a succession of things, and then we
It showed
got to that.
We got to make the unconventional Christmas movies. And yeah, Bad Santa, I love that movie. And Home Alone 2, as I said, it is pretty much the same film as the first movie, but I kind of like it a little more just because we get longer sequences of the booby traps and Kevin's adventure in New York, living pretty much every kid's fantasy. It was always fun to watch when I was little. Then there's Home Alone 3, which has no characters from the first two films. Absolutely no connection. Zero. The only thing in it from the first one is the theme music. And it was still written by John Hughes, who wrote it only because he was under contract to write another film for whatever company released the movies.
Mm-hmm.
So he figured, okay, last one, then I'm out of here. And, well...
He just did the screenplay and walked away.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And Home Alone 3, I think this is a good thing to wrap this up on.
Mm-hmm.
Home Alone 3, well, it's not good. I will admit, the booby trap sequences are pretty enjoyable. You know, they do take the lethalness to an even more ridiculous level.
Yes.
And that was actually Home Alone 3, the very first review by The Unusual Suspect that I ever watched. I was just dicking around on YouTube, looking for, I forget if I was just looking for Home Alone 3 reviews or I looked up the Nostalgia Critics.
Right.
But I saw The Unusual Suspect, and I think out of curiosity, I just clicked and yeah, I got hooked on the dude.
Yes, he's very clever, and even since then he has upgraded his editing and his other performance value immeasurably. He is very talented and has grown in his role.
Totally. He's, as I've said many times, one of my top 5 favorite movie reviewers. Although it seems like he's on a little hiatus from movie reviews, but he's still producing content. And if you haven't seen a lot of him before, check his British ass out. And if you have the time, maybe check out this short film I made on my main YouTube channel called The Unusual Suspect USA Edition, starring my old friend Matt Nugent, who, when you look at him side by side, he bears a pretty shocking resemblance to the Unusual Suspect.
He may be first cousin.
Especially if you compare him to how he looks in this review. They really look alike.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And I can't sing for shit. I'm sorry.
Happy Christmas, everybody.
Happy holidays.